Before we move on to the next team, which I am pretty sure we're going to talk about Bayern Munich, I apologize sincerely for my background. This is I just shifted into this room, so the background is not mine. Don't judge me for the choices. And the room is not clean because it's too hot and I'm too lazy to clean. It's almost 40 degrees in Vellore, so don't judge me. Yeah, so we move on to talking about Bayern Munich. I'll let Jitu go first and I'll
Yeah,
build on what he says. Yeah.
yeah. See, simple terms to explain what happened to Bayern Munich is I don't know, like since our listeners, since when you've started watching football. So, if you started watching before 2010, at least, you know the same shit happened in after 2013. I think a little difference is there, same shit. It's like I can say honestly, like Bayern management, like they're happy with UCL title once every 7 years, and they can just continue. Yeah, the same thing. You had to wait 7 years for that because you didn't have any proper planning. So basically, what happened in 2013 was Jupp Heynckes, we won the treble, like we were like dominating everything. Same thing, almost the same thing, except we won one more trophy this time. That's all. It was like we were supposed to, like people were telling same thing. Yeah, we were supposed to be dominating European football, blah blah blah, and all. Out of nowhere, our management just had fallout with the manager. That time, Jupp Heynckes, and at first people thought like it was on mutual consent, but later on, Jupp Heynckes revealed that his team was taken away from him, and the management was already preparing for the arrival of Pep. So they saw the availability of Pep, and they need to want to bring him because he was such a big name at that time. So that was a bad thing. I'm not saying Pep is a bad manager or something. There was no need for that because it was, I think that was the time. I think so. I think we had a, like, it was the performances were even more dominating than we had this time because that team was complete. It was very good team. I think I didn't know the reason why, but then it went like that. Then we struggled. Okay, very next season we lost 5-0 on aggregate to Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. That is not what you expect from a team defending champions. That is what's utter flop. And as far as I admire Pep, that game I don't know what he did. It was like complete mismanagement of the team. He complete overthink. I just got really frustrated. Same thing happened until the end of his tenure. I think this is semi-final. We mess up, we lose.
And it
I
still
think three
continues to
consecutive
this
semi.
day.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah, obviously we are winning the Bundesliga and what you call DFB Cup that time. That's okay, but that's not what he was brought in for. He was brought in for winning the Champions League. Okay. Again, we had to shift another manager. Ancelotti came in, Kovac came in, and finally, you know, the Hansi Flick situation could have gone anywhere. It could have become a disaster. It could have become a success. And thankfully, we were lucky enough to have a good coach. He was just an interim manager supposed to see out the season, but he got lucky. He was a very talented manager, and he boosted the team, and we ended up winning something. And they not able to recognize it. The only thing that he ever asked was for proper backup signings. See, last year we had a lot of players. We had Perisic, Coutinho, like our Cuisance. Our bench was very strong. If you compare the bench from the 2020 season and this season, I think 2021, there is a huge difference. Like 7 or 8 players were not properly replaced, and the players that were brought in were of poor quality. The only good signing I can say was, I think, Choupo-Moting. Choupo-Moting was remarkably very good. It was like he was supposed to be, people didn't expect anything from him, but in the absence of Lewandowski, he managed to score in both legs against PSG. So that was, I don't know, he was the only thing. Sar was a flop. Roca, I don't know, he was not used to some issue, but still, whenever he got chance, he didn't perform properly. Douglas Costa is watching Netflix in his home while game is going on. I don't want to even talk about that thing. I don't know why he even brought that thing, guy. I'm completely useless. And yeah, Bruno Sar, it's like I don't know. I mean, we used to told Lingard before this. Now he's playing very good. Same shit. Bunassar was going into that old Lingard thing. Whatever. No offense to Lingard. I'm sorry if anyone feels offended. I'm just comparing the what Sar is playing in Bayern, and they decided to give him a 4-year contract. I don't know. We were so much linked with Dest, Max Aarons, all these good players, talented players as backup. We ended up signing Sar. That too in the last day because there was no backup. See, right back after Pavard, there's no backup. We have to bring in players from the reserve team and all. That's not good. That's not enough to win and defend the Champions League. Not at all. Especially in this season. This season, they already knew we didn't have any proper preseason. The games would be cramped up. Everything was known. The manager also asked, but the management they stuck to more conservatives, thought saving money, and it struck back. The literal reason was we lost everything because of lack of bench strength. And I have only one. I can't blame Flick for that. He tried his best, and I can't blame any of the players also. Like those who were from the last seasons who are still playing because they gave their all because there was no bench strength. They had some of the players. I think Hernandez had to play 6 or 7 games straight. He had to play PSG with bruised rib, and oh my god, that was a brilliant game he had. He was injured and he had to play. That was how weak our bench was. So I think no one has to complain. I can't complain. I think it's just our management not prioritizing the manager's decisions. And it's the same thing again repeated after 2013. And I hope they have learned from that. There's still time to improve. They still have a good bunch of players. And as of now, Nagelsmann is going to come in. He's a very good manager. And I hope they don't repeat the same mistake with him.
They wanted to, I think the owners didn't want to invest money into the teams because they were so focused on running a breakaway league. You morons. I don't know how to say anything. Everywhere, I understand it's an unprecedented scenario where the whole world is in a lockdown, fans can't come, so that's a loss of revenue. Your merch sales might not be as good. So I understand all of that. All of that makes 100% sense. But you can see your team dropping their standards. You can see the drop off. You can see how your performances are getting affected. Not one of them had the common sense, all the 3 teams that we're going to talk about today, had the common sense to make wise choices. They did bring in players. I'm not saying they didn't bring in players. But none of them were capable enough to adapt. And I'm not saying Bayern were bad. Of the 3 teams we're talking today, Bayern is still the most well-balanced, well-poised team, and one of the only reasons they were crashed out of the CL is because they didn't have their natural striker, the best striker right now in the world, to finish there. And Choupo-Moting did try his best. PSG game.
Please, anyone who thinks of blaming that guy did his best as a backup striker, and there are still people blaming him for missing chances. You see, he's a backup striker.
He didn't even have that much game time. He didn't even have that much game time.
Yeah,
he just came in and he scored.
Yeah, you can't expect him to win you games.
Yeah, I understand you have big shoes to fill when you come in for Lewandowski, but that's this case for everybody, and you can't blame a person like that. It was unprecedented.
And also, one more thing: stop comparing Gnabry and Sane with Robin and Ribéry. Okay, that's different level. Okay, they can win you games then and there itself. That's done. They are not reached that level yet. Don't have that much experience as of now. Yeah, obviously, I think Gnabry won last year, but though they are not yet at don't compare them with Robin and Ribéry.
Skill wise, of course, they are not bad players, but you're comparing them to among the greatest forwards of our generations, of our era, and possibly of all time. So you can't expect every person who comes into teams like Bayern and all have such great expectations to live up to, and you can't. Not everybody is as blessed by God that they can hit the ground running, and you can't blame Flick, obviously, and I don't blame him for wanting to leave the team too. It's every German manager's dream to eventually manage the national team, and now he's getting an opportunity, so of course he's leaving.
I think so as far as he's concerned, he's won everything possible. He has nothing else to prove and win now, and the only thing left is the national team.
And he did it in one season.
Germany also.
He did it
in one season.
He did it in one season. That's ridiculous. And the other thing I want to talk about is at least the board of Bayern Munich has the common sense that they knew, okay, the defense is going to fail and Alaba is going to leave and so many things are going to happen. They immediately signed a backup. They didn't even wait till the next season. That is what the other teams that we're talking about today have to learn. They immediately signed Upamecano right back then, and they know that once they understood that Flick is going to leave anyway, they immediately spent a world record transfer fee for a manager. So I'm not saying that the board is like a complete mishap. It's not like what happened with Barca's old board. At least they are better. They had the common sense to do something long term. So we have to appreciate them for that. And I think there's nothing else we can point out about Bayern Munich so much. And the next team we are going to talk about is obviously going to be